Welcome back to the Fright Flick FMK podcast. As always, I am your host, Jay. And as always, we're joined by the gentleman, Jack, always by my side. Hey, family, it's been a few weeks since I've been on here. Um, we hit the holiday season now. We just got through Thanksgiving. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. And so I just took a couple weeks off, just to basically I just needed a couple weeks off of kind of stepping back, and I kind of stepped way back. I kind of stepped away from social media for the most part, stuff like that. Highly recommend doing that anytime you can get a chance to do that. Kind of like unplug, just don't pay that shit no attention. And yeah, so I just took a couple weeks. It's the holiday season, and unplugged, and it was good, and nice little break. During my little break, I have, spent a lot of my time recently on some Call of Duty, the new Call of Duty. If you play whatever, it just came out. And I've never been a Call of Duty type person. I'm not a shooter game type. I like sports and stuff like that. But, one day I'm sitting around on a Saturday. I bought it for my wife, and I was like, man, let me just try this. I haven't played it probably since like 2011. And, I jumped on there for a few minutes, and damn it if it didn't hook me. I've been doing a lot of Call of Duty, watching some TV, watching movies, stuff like that, spending time with family. But yeah, had a good Thanksgiving. Hope everybody out there did. Now it's almost Santa Claus time, Merry Christmas time. Um, so yeah, I don't know between now and the end of the year how many shows, if it'll be every week or not. I'm not sure. There is a Christmas movie that I recently just watched that I think I'm going to do for next week's show. That'll be the week before Christmas, I think. I don't do math and I don't have a calendar in front of me, but there is a Christmas movie, new 2024 one that I stumbled across and said I might just do that one for the holidays. But but yeah, I would that will probably be out next week, and then I may take Christmas week off, or the week after. Not sure. Like I said, this isn't a job for me. This is something I do for fun. So if I get a hair up my ass and decide I want to take a week or two off, then fuck it, that's what I do. But but yeah, I appreciate you all, you know, joining us for another episode of this shit show. I know it's been a few weeks, but I think we all still remember the routine where I need you all to run on in the kitchen, get your favorite beverage, grab a chair, pull up around the table, and we're gonna talk a little shit about a horror movie. And hold on one second, everybody, grab your drinks. You should have them by now. You should all know by now. When you push play to listen to this shit show, you should already have your beverage prepped. But everybody go ahead and grab it. Take a little sip. Gentlemen, Jack break. Thank you. Now, if you're not watching this on YouTube, when I do that, you're just hearing a little bit of silence, maybe a little clinging of the glass and the ice, maybe. But on YouTube, the video version, that's me taking my little gentleman Jack break. But uh, let's see. Any housekeeping shit? Not really. We're on Facebook, Instagram. I'm no longer going to be on TikTok. I just It's TikTok, and I'm just too old to deal with TikTok. Because every time I scroll through that motherfucker, some shit, I'll come across it, and I'm one of those. I have no problem just scrolling past it. But sometimes I see some ignorance on there that is just so fucking stupid that it almost like annoys me. And I don't. I'm a type of person. I don't like stress. I don't like anything. I'm real laid back, go with the flow type shit. And sometimes when I see TikTok sometimes just it's just full of fucking ignorance. And so we're no longer gonna be on TikTok. I think I deleted it already. But you'll find this on that'll be my Facebook, and then Instagram, still on X. And that's pretty much gonna be it. Um the website, frightflickfmkpodcast.com. All the shows and shit's on there. We do have a Patreon. If you want to support the shit show, that's fine. If you do, you do. If you don't, hey, this show don't pay my bills, people. I do it for fun. But but yeah, that's it for housekeeping shit. I'm not gonna spend any more time on it. Now, this movie that I'm about to talk about, it's been on the I'd seen it a while back, and I watched it on Peacock. Um, I was talking to a good friend of ours a few weeks ago, Miss Holly. If you're listening to this, you can watch this on Peacock. I don't know if you have Peacock, but it's on Peacock. That's where I watched it. But she recommended, can you just always let them know where I watch them at? So this one I watched on Peacock, and I scroll past it numerous times, and because and what stopped me from watching it was because of how let down I was when I watched the very first Winnie the Pooh movie. I have not yet watched Winnie the Pooh 2, the Blood and Honey one. I haven't seen it yet. But, I came across this one and I was like, man, is it going to be another shit the bed like fucking Winnie the Pooh? But I was like, you know what? I want to check it out. So this week, we're going to talk about the mouse trap. Now, when I say mouse, and then I compared it to Winnie the Pooh. There's only one fucking popular mouse out there, people. Hold on, let me back up. There is some Tom and Jerry. Jerry the mouse is the best mouse. But this week we're talking about the mouse trap, the one that's kind of, it's not, it's not any way tied to Mr. Walt Disney and all that shit, but it is, Steamboat Willie, Mickey Mouse type shit. So the movie's called The Mouse Trap. It's a 2024 film, rather new. Um, IMDb shit right now. Hold on one second. I pulled the notes up. The Mousetrap is a 2024 Canadian comedy horror. Oh, thank God. I didn't even look at the description until right now. I just kind of pulled it up, and I was hoping that they did not try to tag this damn thing as strictly horror, but they did throw comedy horror in there. It's a film directed, shot, and edited by Jamie Bailey and written by Simon Phillips. It's a horror reimaging of Walt Disney's 1928 animated short film Steamboat Willie, the first appearance of Mickey Mouse. And holy shit, man! Like, you think about it, that's crazy that even I know it's not tied to Mickey Mouse, but 1928 when that shit came out, and you've seen the old black and white type little cartoons of it. That old, there's something about that little creepy mouse back in those original videos that just looked creepy. Like it wasn't the nice little sweet little Mickey Mouse we got now. Oh boy, not that Mickey Mouse, not the cool one we got now. 1928 old school black and white Mickey Mouse looked like he could fuck some shit up. And so, I was kind of like, okay, I stayed away from it because I was like, man, Winnie the Pooh disappointed me when you started messing with the little childhood type movies and shit, that we grew up with. There's a ton of there's not a ton, but there's some out there now. I've seen like the Merry Little Lamb. There's one out there. I haven't seen it. There's one about Mary's Little Lamb or some shit. They've done a couple dabbing around like Alice in Wonderland, the Winnie the Pooh. Now we got the Mouse Trap. Not tied to Walt Disney at all. And it's in the movie. It tells you all that in the beginning. But so I was like, okay, fuck it. I want to finally break down. This week I was sitting around and I was looking for something to watch. And I'm like, man, I scrolled past it again because I'd seen it the other day. Me and my wife watched the new Twisters movie is on there also on Peacock. And so I seen it as I'm looking through movies to watch. And so yeah, I sat down and was like, fuck it, man, let's just give this thing a whirl. And I'll get into the after that my feelings on it, but a quick little IMDb kind of what the movie's about. It's Alex's 21st birthday, but she's stuck at the amusement arcade on a late shift, so her friends decide to surprise her. But a masked killer dressed as Mickey Mouse, rabbit ears, decides to play a game of his own with them, which she must survive. and I had no clue what this thing was about going into it. Didn't watch a trailer or nothing. I just seen the mouse, kind of the picture on the cover. Like, man, it looks like it's a Mickey Mouse, you know. But the old school Mickey Mouse, the creepy black and white, the creepy one, 1928. That would It's creepy. Watch some of those cartoons. Go back and watch those some of those early on Mickey Mouse black and whites. They're just something. It's something creepy about the little fucker. I don't know. So I was like, okay, that's Gentleman Jack break. That was that pause, the silence right there. So um, I did not go into this expecting a lot. I it's I just didn't, because I was like, okay, we got us another Winnie the Pooh, and maybe Winnie the Pooh the second one was better. I don't know, haven't watched it yet. I'll get to it, but I didn't go in there with high hopes. Movies like this, there's certain horror movies you just don't. You go into it and you just kind of go in there with just just fucking send it, and just whatever you get, and so there were no high hopes for it. I was holy shit, man. I gotta normally I will rate one at the end, but holy shit, I'm not gonna be able to wait to the end to tell you that I fucking hated this movie. Um, there was I wanted more. If you're gonna give me the mouse and he's gonna be a killer mouse, I wanted more. I wanted, yeah, at least with the fucking like Winnie the Pooh and shit. He did some good killing, but this fuck, I don't even know how to get into it. But there was so much I disliked about it. Right from the get go, right from go, you know, the description of it. Basically, you got a girl stuck at an amusement arcade, mask killer wearing a mouse mask. And I didn't know what I thought it would be before I watched it, but it was so far from, and I tell people all the time on this show, I will never, ever get on here and tell people do not watch that movie. I tell people all the time, when it comes to horror movie, go watch it. No matter what, watch it. Because my opinion is my opinion. You can have your own opinion. That's fine. I don't hate on people because they got a different opinion than mine. I just like get on here talking. And so in no way am I telling anybody, don't watch this movie. But it is my duty. It is my duty to get on here and give you a little like, hey, heads up. Um, this one is it's not great, people. It is not great at all. It it when I watch a movie, anytime during that movie, if I go to my cell phone, unless it's like to check a special text message or work or whatever, but if I go to my cell phone to just start scrolling through whatever, at that moment, that movie's done lost me, because I'm just now it's just background noise. Now it's just playing. And I'm just kind of looking up for my phone every now and then, like, okay, this is what's going on. And that's what the mousetrap did. I went to my cell phone. And once a movie gets me to go to my cell phone, it's not gonna make my list, people. It's not gonna make my fuck list or my marry list. It's gonna make my straight up fucking kill list. The one, the sea donkey, the one night stand, the one I did it one time. I ain't proud of it, and damn it, I'm not ever gonna want to go back to it again. I'm gonna hope I never bump into it walking down the street or at the grocery store one day. Never. And so, yeah, because as I talk about it, throughout, people, you're gonna know what kind of where I fall on this thing. Um, So it's gonna start you off. We got a girl in jail, girl named Rebecca, little goth chick. And this movie does one thing. It kind of checks all the boxes of this kind of 90-ish horror movie, cheesy type shit. Because we got Rebecca, our little goth girl, and we remember some of the. I grew up in the 90s, so I remember going through school and a lot of movies, certain types of characters in movies. And in this one, it does that because we get Rebecca, the goth girl, and she's in jail, getting questioned by two cops. Um, I don't even remember. Oh, the Detective Cole and Detective Marsh are their names. Um, and I don't remember which one. I can't remember. Watch it and you'll see older dude cop, younger dude cop. And they kind of put off like this vibe of like, okay, you're the, good cop, bad cop thing. But the old cop, the older cop was annoying as fuck right out of the gate because he screamed those types of people that you can look at him and tell that you got bullied a lot growing up. So you got a little older and you went and got you a job to where you feel like you got a little bit of power. And he's one of those. He just got this the way he talks, the way he looks. He screams like, "Yep, you got picked on a lot growing up. So you became a police officer and it makes you feel like your balls are a little fucking bigger now, that you got some kind of power or some shit, but you still come across dumb as fuck." And that's the way this guy did. Don't remember his name. Old cop. Watch the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Young cop comes across as that type of like he almost wants to be nice to the person, like the good cop, but he's kind of got this creepy prick type vibe about him, where he's like, he's asking the questions, but at the same time, he's on one of those cops that would be like, let's slip in the back in the file cabinet room, and if you suck my dick, I'll let all this shit kind of go. He's kind of got that young that that type of personality where he just like, you know, yeah, you fucked up, but I tell you what, if you just walk with me back here for a minute, and he's out asking like kind of talk nice, little soft spoken type shit, and he's kind of like, yeah, well, just tell us what happened and shit like this, and you're not going to get in trouble. Come on back here in the back. Let me show you some paperwork, aka my dick. Suck my dick, and all this shit's gonna go away. That's the way he's got that look. Well, anyway, Rebecca's in jail. They're questioning her because some shit went down. There's some dead bodies, and apparently, the way they say it in the beginning, you are the only survivor, which they backtrack on at some point because later on in the movie, he's sitting there saying, talking about other survivors. And I'm sitting there going like, wait a minute. Earlier on, you said there were no survivors. Now you're saying there are some survivors. And when the movie ends, you can obviously tell that there are survivors. So maybe were they trying to like, pull her dick and trying to be like, there's no survivors. You're the only one. And then you got the fucking old guy cop that's sitting there the way he's talking to her. And the writing was so fucking cheesy. So cheesy. And I can't do it, people. I know I'm not a writer. I'm not a director. I know this. Kudos to everyone out there who can do that. I can't do it. But holy shit. I could have, kept some timelines right. I could have kept some numbers right. In the description that I read you earlier. Alex, 21st birthday, 21, the big 21. And at this little arcade thing, they say in the description, 21st birthday. They show up, they're going to surprise her for her birthday. Then she comes out and says, "Oh, guys, my birthday's not till 2 weeks from now." And then later on in the movie, she makes a comment like, "Let's just go to a real bar and get something to drink." Bitch, you're not even 21 yet. You're not 21. You 2 weeks away from being able to go to a bar, so you're lucky that they all surprised you at the fucking arcade and brought some booze with them just so you can drink, little miss. And her name was Alex. I'm just like, hold on now. She gonna say early, my birthday's not 2 weeks away. And then later she's all big talking like, let's just get out of here and go to a real bar or something and drink. I'm just like, what? The numbers don't add up. So we got our goth girl. Got off track right now, but that's okay. The movie's so fucking disoriented. It shouldn't matter if I get all over the place when I talk about it. This may just be a show where I just get on here and pick out the shit that I didn't like because, let me think of something I did like. Everybody, grab your drink. Let's take a sip while I think about it. Nope, still ain't got shit right now. But so, goth girl in jail telling the two police officers, she's the only survivor is what they're telling her. And they're trying to figure out what happened. And she's trying to play it off like, if I tell you, you could be in danger. And so the movie kind of goes back and forth where she's in the jail telling them what happened that night. And then it kind of shows what's going on. So it's kind of a little back and forth type thing. But while she starts talking, it takes us to the arcade joint. The arcade joint it's called something. I don't even fucking remember. I don't know. But it's like an arcade, one of them type places. We see them now where you like the trampoline parks. But this movie don't have a trampoline in it. But it's like there's like this place had like a laser tag, a jungle gym, bunch of arcades and shit. Pretty big building, pretty big place. And so it starts off when we get these two chicks. They're like the ones working, and apparently they're the only ones working. This is a pretty big place, people. Pretty big place. But you don't ever see any other workers. It's just these two. I think her name's Jana and Alex. Did I say Alex? Let me see. Yeah, we're going to go with Alex. The two chicks working there. And this is a pretty big place. The manager's going to come out and he's going to be like, hey, we had a last minute call. I need y'all to work a little late. We had a last minute call in. And they're like 15 minutes from closing because old Jana brings it up. So we're about to close. And he's like, well, I just had this call. And, these people at the last minute, tops, they may be here 2 or 3 hours. And then the numbers don't fucking add up to me once again because I'm just like, it's already dark. You would think a place like this, these arcade type joints, and it's got young kids in there. And when she says we're supposed to close in like 15 minutes, I'm just like, just a minute ago, you still had little cum nuggets running all over the fucking place. And now you're about to close. Now, I'm just like, and then he's going to come in and be like, we got this last minute call. It's a small group, tops, and maybe here 2 or 3 hours. But I'm just like, a place like this, you would normally think closing time. I would think maybe, 8, 9 o'clock at night, maybe. Because it's like a kids type place. Most, your kids joints like arcade and shit ain't staying up in the fucking midnight, 1 in the morning like a fucking bar. So you would think, 7, 8, 9 o'clock about to close. Now you as the manager get a phone call. Some little prick wants to be like, hey, last minute, I want to come in there and rent the place out for a few minutes, a few extra minutes. So I would be pissed off too. I'd have been like, no, not staying, boss man. I'm fucking leaving. You know, because I could imagine people who work in that type of like customer service type work, you getting right there to the end of the day. Because when I grew up, I worked in a grocery store, a little small town place called Food Lion. I worked in a place in a grocery store. And I remember those nights. You're watching it. Slows down. We wouldn't close to, I think, around like 8 or 9 or some shit, maybe. But you would watch it. That clock would get a little close. The store would kind of slow down a little bit. Then we start getting a little hit of schedule. We go ahead and start sweeping, start mopping, start cleaning some of that stuff up because we're ready to go home. We're ready to get the fuck out of there. And then you got some fucker that comes in there and you're just like, oh fuck, I'm ready to go home. Now this little fuck's gonna come in there, and wander around the store because he didn't get his ass in there earlier. And so I've had people when I worked there that would be like, we're locking the doors and they're still, and we're having to go over the intercom, be like, hey, we're about to close. Can you all come up here? You know, so old girl Jana, they better than me. So I'd have been like, no, boss. Fuck no. But so Jane and Alex basically, okay, we'll stay, get a little overtime type shit. Well, then our store manager, I don't even remember his name. Let me see if I can find it. No, can't find it. Oh well. Oh, Collins, Mr. Collins, that's his name. He goes back to his office. Pretty nice little setup that the dude's got. He's got like a little movie theater room up in there. And he goes up in there and you see like some posters, movie posters on the wall, things, Alice in Wonderland, Mickey Mouse type shit. He pulls up, he's got one of them little old projectors, the old little reels you put on there, old school. He's got the little, Mickey Mouse Steamboat. He's gonna pop that on there. He's gonna watch it. He got him a little drink. You know, it's a creepy looking little. It's a cool room, but it's kind of creepy at the same time. In a place like that, is he one of them creepy store managers? Is that like his little? Is that like his little ditty room? Where he bring the little teenage girls back there and be like, hey, let me show you my setup. Let me show you this, and it's like a little creepy ditty room in a way. You know, yes, I said Diddy, people, and you all know what the fuck I'm talking about. But so he sits there, little big screen going, having a drink. You start hearing this little fucking cackling, giggling sound, and you see in the room, he's got like a little display case, and in that room is a mask of the old original, like 1920 Mickey Mouse, black and white. Just a mask, and he sees it. Well, you see it. And then as he's watching, he hears this little cackling noise. But then he stands up. He thinks the girls are in there playing something on him. He's like asking nothing. Next thing the room turns all red. And then you hear this voice telling him, like, do you want to see what I see? And he's standing there and he's got, he's completely changed clothes now because when he was out there earlier telling the girls they had to work late, he was like in his like a normal like work shirt. Now he's in like this like hockey jersey and he's sitting back there and he hears the sound. He gets up and he's like, do you want to see what I see? And room's all red and he looks over and you see the mask. And I was like, okay, let's see where it fucking goes at this point. The two girls, the place is cleared out. Now they're just waiting for this crew, which tells me even more fucked up. Like they have closed. Everybody has left. But yet you're sitting around waiting for this last little group to come in. Like, no, fuckers. If it's going to come up to closing, right up to closing, that means you're in there prior to closing time. Like you're in there and you set this thing up to stay a little bit later, but there's nobody in there. They're like getting a head start, cleaning up and shit. And so Jana and the girl Alex are talking. Well, then Jana gets a little text message. She's texting. She ain't all about that, Alex is the company girl. She's wanting to do the right things, trying to press the boss, do everything by the book. Jana's over there just trying to draw a fucking paycheck. She's texting. And then she's basically gonna set it up where she's like, hey, do you think you could cover for me? I just need to step away for a little while. Um, and I'm just like, oh, you fucking oh whore wants to go out and crawl on some cock. That's why the fuck she's trying to dip out. Cause she just even tells her, she's like, I would just step out for a little while, then I'll come back a little later. Bitch, that's a booty call. You going out there to crawl on some cock. That's what that was. And Alex is all like, Alex is a fucking pushover. And she's just like, yeah, I'll cover for you. And this is where we finally get introduced to the mouse. Jana's gone. Jana's crawling on cock right now. Alex is in there she's like playing some video games and shit, just messing around. And then she kind of walks back there to the back. No, telephone and I think the phone rings. Yeah, phone rings. She answers it. Nothing. You don't hear nothing. She goes to the back looking around. But then you see this little shadowy silhouette of some big fucking mouse ears. And she looks over there and she sees this mouse at like one of the emergency exit doors with some chains and just kind of looks at him. And she's thinking, is it fucking the manager, Mr. Collins? She's just kind of looking at him. But then he looks at her. And then all of a sudden she finally takes off running. I'm like, okay, girl, get to the fucking door and get out of there. Just get out. But then she comes run around the corner, bam, oh, surprise, surprise. The little extra group that was coming in to stay past the time was her friends who had set up a surprise party for her there that night. So she comes around the corner. They're all there. Oh, what are you all doing here? You know, we're here to surprise you. And that's when you find out when she says, oh, my birthday's not till 2 weeks out. And then the one dumb jock was like, well, if we did it now, at least it's a surprise party, you know? And so she just, I'm thinking to myself, um, I would have, if I came around that corner running and then I just come out there, I'd be like, there's something in the fucking back. There's this masked dude with some chains in his hand at the door. There is a masked dude. It's a mouse mask in the back. Let's we need to get out of here. We got to figure out what's going on in the back before we gonna figure out what we're doing right here, what all you guys are doing here. But she doesn't. She comes out there and it's just like, uh, totally. She just assumes that it was one of the guys that was back there in a mask trying to scare her. And I'm just like, lady, you just ran from the back. Do you really think that little mask fucker was able to get all the way back around to the group and just be ready to yell surprise 2 week early birthday party? No, but she forgets it. Like, totally don't even. It's just like, oh, no big deal. Hey, guys. And I'm just, oh, I'd have been like, that old, I've seen it before to where if I'm somewhere and I'm around some people and I see somebody running, like if I'm in any place and I see somebody just running to the door, I'm the type that's going to be tuck in right behind you. And if you running, then I'm going to run. And then once we stop running, we will sort it all out, and I'm not going to be standing there like, what you running for? Or just looking at you like, wonder what they running from. No, fucker, if you're running, I'm going to tuck in behind you and then we're going to figure out what you're running from. We'll sort it all out then. She comes out there, just fucking stops. And then they all sitting there chit chatting, oh, birthday, blah, blah. And this is the group checks all the boxes. Like I said, I told you we got the goth girl, the one that's in jail. Then we got the dumb jock. I don't even remember his name either, but you go watch the movie, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. The dumb jock. So stay with me now. I'm holding up fingers right now on the YouTube. If you listen, I'm holding up fingers. We got our goth girl, we got our dumb jock. We get a bonus on this one. We get two dumb fucking blondes in this one. Two, not just one, two dumb fucking blondes. Then we get the slut. In movies like this, you got to have the slut, and then her boyfriend, who's just the one who pussy is his kryptonite type shit. Just the slut and the dude that just follows her around, just you know breadcrumbs wanting a piece of ass type shit. So we got those. Then we got the friend zone dude, the boyfriend, not even a boyfriend. He's just a friend who neighbor grew up together their whole life. Stupid, cheesy little lines throughout this movie, but they grew up together. and he had this little secret crush on him, but could never get the nerve up to ask her, and he's just so fucking pussified. And his lines and the way he is in this movie is terrible. I'm not an actor. I don't know. I couldn't do it. But damn it, this motherfucker was just ugh. And so we got that group, and then we got the little pothead, the one that's just always out there for. He's like the Shaggy in the Scooby Doo group. The Shaggy just like just kind of chilled, smoking on his little vape, you know, and good God, he went so fucking extra every time he would hit his little vape. It was like if you were, I don't know how to put it into words. If you were just trying to show somebody how exaggerated that you would hit a vape, like if it was a work of art or a production of how to take a hit off a vape, this kid did it. Like he had that thing full on in his hand, you know, almost like a cock grab type. He would put that vape in his mouth and he would just and then give that look like that shit just went straight to the head, right out of the vape type shit, just fucking stupid. Man. So the crew checks all the boxes. There comes a part in this where they are all like, let's play a game. They want to play like a drinking game. You got the dumb jock who's just all about it, like, I'm just here to get drunk and fuck shit up. That type of jock, hockey player, he's with the group. Well, he's not with the group. He's got some friends later on that you see that just, they're in college apparently, and they did nothing to give any kind of props for. You could tell they're Canadian in this movie, but no types of props of the college education going on in fucking Canada right now with the way these dumb fucks were talking in this movie. So they are all going to just hang out at this arcade for her birthday. They bought some little extra booze. They're going to do some drinking. They're going to, have a good time. And at this point, dumb girl that went running out has totally forgot about the fucking masked Mickey that was back there in the back, not even thinking about it. And so as the party goes on, I don't, you can't even fucking call it a party, man. They're at a fucking arcade where some damn 7 or 8 year olds hang out, you know, and they're all just every one of them. Nobody in this movie I liked. The mouse could have fucking wiped them all out, and I wouldn't have cared. Only thing I would have wished for after he wiped them all out, if he'd have swung his little mouse mobile by the fucking police station and killed them two dumb fuck detectives that we have to listen to throughout this movie also. Just kill them all. I wish the mouse would have just killed everything, because everyone in this movie deserved to die. And so there'll come a part in it to where I told you we had our slutty girl. Slutty girl going to send her little boy a message like, hey, come find me. And then you see her kind of going up in the jungle gym area. And so he goes tagging along after her, trying to, wet his dick with the little slut up there. And they go up there and then I'm like, okay, here we go. Here we go. If you've listened to this show before, people, I tell people all the time, if you're going to give me a shitty movie, show me some boobies. Hey, judge me if you want. I don't give a fuck, but show me some boobies. Show me some nice boobs. You're going to give me shitty movie, balance me out with some boobies. So we get up into the jungle gym. They're about to do the thing. She's then took her little top off, little jacket off, whatever the fuck it was. He comes walking up, takes his shirt off, like, okay, they about to have a moment. And this is where I'm like, okay. This is where he's going to check that box for me. Like, you're going to give me a shitty ass movie, but at least you're going to show me some boobies. But no, people, we don't even get no boobies. None. Nada. Disappointed. While they're up there doing their thing, the mouse shows up. And here's a part that goes throughout this movie. Um, this place, it's a pretty good sized place. I get it. But I believe you could hear somebody yelling from across. I think it would echo. I think the sound would carry if you scream in the jungle gym. I think that sound would carry and somebody would hear it. No. Numerous times in this movie, there will be a scream, yelling, shit's going down. Nobody hears it. Just in this one moment, only the two of them in that spot, in that moment, can hear whatever the fuck's going on. So the mouse is going to come at the tube, and there is killing in the movie. The mouse does kill people. You don't see really a whole lot. There's maybe times in this movie where you get to see the mouse actually kill somebody. There's going to be a neck, little cut of the throat. There's going to be one where a knife gets stabbed through the top of the head. And then there's going to be one where somebody's going to get their head cut off. And it's not nothing over the top, nothing real bloody, nothing real, nothing. It's just a quick little, like, neck, head, chop off head type shit. Got it. Maybe budget shit. I don't know. But there's going to be parts where this, and the part that gets me the most, it's okay. We got us a killer that decides to put on a mouse mask to go do some killing. I'm cool with that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay. Kind of creepy looking. You know, you want to grab that motherfucker, run around there, and you start fucking people up with the mask on, the mouse mask. I'm okay with it. But then we get a curveball, family. We get a curveball. Not only is this masked mouse chasing them around, our mouse has the power to teleport. That's right, people. Teleport. Like in a moment, be standing in one spot. And then less than a second later, gone. And I did that sound. That's what gone. A teleporting masked mouse killer. Um, the mouse has a weakness. Strobe lights. Little flashlight with a strobe on it. Fucks him up. Throws his game off. He don't know what to do. Strobing light. It starts flashy lights. He starts freaking out. He can't teleport, apparently. It's like his little weakness is like his kryptonite. So there's times where they shine a little strobe light, flickety, flickety, flickety lights. Mouse starts a little screechy sound, and you can tell the mouse is like there's something, and you will never find out what took over. You never find out who's in the mask, which I'm cool with. I'm cool with not knowing, even though you kind of know, like Mr. Collins, the guy, who's seen the mask back there in his little ditty room, and he's just like, do you want to see what I see? Puts the mask on. We get it, you know, but you never figure out like what that voice is. Is it the ghost of a 1920 something mouse? Maybe. I don't know, but he has taken over. And so when the little fucking strobe lights are going off, the little mouse is all like, ah, and then they're trying to like, he they will figure out, there comes a point they're going to have to make a plan. And this thing just goes fucking downhill because the more like so much shit goes on. Like there's a part where they realize that people have died. There are dead people in the arcade. The doors are chained. The mouse has chained the doors because the chains that he was using in the beginning when our girl ran up on him and then tried to leave and didn't leave, those chains are now on the doors. He has chained them all in. They can't go nowhere. They're stuck. The mouse just wants to fucking play. So all this is going on. And there's parts in it to where like they try to have like moments. Like there's a part where um the friend zone dude, the little neighbor next door, like is talking to her, the main girl, the one that should have fucking left in the beginning. He's talking to her. And he's just kind of like, and she comes out and tells him, she's just like, it's you I like. I'm like, holy shit, dude, how fucking, and he is the kid, the boy next door is such a fucking dork. And he's kind of got this like he's trying to get off this like Clark Kent Superman vibe. You know, he's got the little glasses on, and there's a part where he goes to talk to her, and he like takes his glasses off, and I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing, guy? And she's telling him like, you know, you're the one I like, and then he's just kind of like deer in the headlights, and he's out of the blue, just like, now can I give you your birthday present now? I'm like, motherfucker, y'all are chained in this building. Chained. You have gone to the doors. There are chains on the doors. At some point, little dumb girl's got to be thinking in the back of her mind. I remember seeing that masked mouse chaining up some shit. But it's okay. My little neighbor next door, my little friend zone type buddy. Let's go see my birthday presents right now. And apparently he's had time to get this little corner area of the little arcade place where he has set up this little table of these little her birthday gift. Doors are fucking chained, people. They can't get out. But it's okay. They just assume that it's somebody playing a fucking prank. One of the friends that is playing a prank on them. I'm just like, no, because now they have realized that like the phones are gone because the phones disappeared because at some point in the beginning the dumb jock dude and them decide like let's put our phones away because our little goody worker she doesn't want any pictures taken because she's just like oh no the manager will see him and I could get in trouble. Well, I, that was stupid to me. If you're managing the store and you have your employees that work for you, um, don't have them on your fucking social media. Don't be following them on fucking Instagram, you fucking sick pedo pervert, you know? And I'm just like she's like, oh, he'll see him. And so they're like, let's put the phones away, no phones. And then they throw the phones in the bag. Next thing you know, they go back. There's nothing in the bag but a toy phone. And they start thinking it's like this the dumb jock dude is lost his mind and he's fucking actually killing people because it comes there's a part where a girl comes up she's got blood on her with a mouse has a knife the knife that they were going to use to cut that they used to cut the birthday cake blood on it flicks it at her blood on there's blood and they just assume like oh somebody's playing a prank but I'm just like and then the crazy part with the mouse teleporting. That was so there's one point he's in the little arcade room. Next thing you know, he's next door at a bar where the dumb jock friend or whatever, his hockey buddies were supposed to rough up the little neighbor next door guy. Because the little dumb jock didn't like the fact that he kind of talked to the girl, the main girl, And I say these names because honestly, people I didn't care to remember any of their fucking names. So you'll watch it, you know what I'm talking about when you watch it. But and though he teleports over there, and then they assume because they were there to at some point rough up the little boy next door friend zone dude. And that was what they were going to do. There's like four of them. But next thing you know, they're in the bar hanging out like, hey, we're just gonna get this kid, we're gonna rough him up a little bit, be a little fucking bully, you fucking pussy motherfuckers. And they're just like, we're just gonna rough him up a little bit. And next thing you know, Mouse is in the bar. And you're like, what the fuck? And then they just assume that this Mouse is the kid. They assume that he is the one that has been talking to the girl. And they go over and start talking to him like, hey, you are gonna stay away from, I think her name was fucking, I don't remember, Alex. Yeah. Like, hey, you are gonna stay away from Alex. And the Mouse is just standing there. Dude, got a mask on. And they're talking to him. He's just kind of looking back and forth. And one of the cheesiest so-called little fight scenes break off between the four dudes, hockey players, and the Mouse, where he grabs his little hockey stick, and it's just holy shit. I just it was bad, man. It was so fucking bad. And while all this is going on, back and forth, like the girl in the police station is trying to explain shit. And then you got the two fucking detectives, the one guy that got picked on and bullied, trying to act tough now, and the other dude that secretly wants to take her in the back and get his dick sucked. Those two is back and forth. And they're going to get to a point where they finally figure out, like, this fucking Mouse is not part of the group. It's not none of the friends from the hockey team. It's not nobody that was in this place. We've got some serious problems. And when it gets to the part to where there is a scene where they're like, hey, they're going to come up with a plan. It's like the fucking, if the Scooby Doo gang, at least Scooby Doo in the gang, Fred, Vilma, and them, they were fucking smart. It was just like, if you could order the Scooby Doo gang, like the Wish version, like that Wish website, you'll get that knockoff shit. If you could order from Wish, the Scooby Doo crew, you would get this fucking group. And they're all just and holy shit, where it's so bad when they try to make the plan, and little friend next door is trying to act all, he is so fucking bad. Every one of them in this movie is bad. Um, there's parts where shit is going down, and you get one of the dumb blondes. I said we had two in this one, wandering around. They're trying to find the two people that are missing at some point earlier on. There's two people missing. They're like, let's go find them. She's walking through the fucking arcade and gets distracted by one of them little VR headsets. They have like a little VR headset thing set up over there to play the game. And she walks by and just casually distracted and just wanders over there, puts the VR thing on, and just starts playing this fucking game. The place it's a good sized place, people, but the place is not fucking that big to where at some point, you're not hearing yelling, you're not fucking somebody. There's a fucking little roller coaster in there, one little kiddie roller coaster with a pothead dude. When he's supposed to be looking for the people missing, decides I'm just going to sit out here on the little roller coaster. I'm going to give y'all a good over dramatic vape draw. I want to give you the good old big old cock in hand, and I want to put it in a that type of over dramatic hit of a vape type shit, and God, man, this thing was so fucking bad. So bad. And they try to give a twist at the ending of it. I won't spoil the ending of it. It's it a lot of times I watch movies and there'll be good movies and I just be like, get to the end, like, please don't drop the ball. You know, just don't drop the ball, and give us a good ending. And so with this one, the ball was never in play at all. This thing was just nothing. Nothing scary about this movie. Nothing. It was a bunch of stupid ass kids running around there like, the dumb Scooby Doo crew, and with stupid cheesy ass lines, and just it was fucking bad. I didn't like it at all. So that's why I had to tell you in the beginning that I was going to kill it. because I couldn't talk about this thing and not give it a fucking way. But everybody grab your drinks real quick. Gentlemen, Jack break. Delicious. But yeah, they try to when when it's all said and done, you know nothing. I will say this: when it gets to the end, fast forward it. There is a little after credits scene that doesn't help it at all. It doesn't explain anything. It doesn't fill in anything. It leaves you still going, what the fuck? And they leave it hanging to where like there could be another one. And oh boy, you know, I don't want to say, fuck, I hope they don't, because damn it, they made another of the Winnie the Pooh. They made the second one, and I haven't watched it, but I'm hoping maybe it got better. But if they would, I just don't want a fucking teleporting mouse. I want a fucking crazy ass motherfucker with a puts his creepy mask on and just fucks people up type shit. Not a teleporting little bitch screaming when the strobe lights hit him type shit. But holy shit. But hey, I've done my part. I've done my duty to give you, the heads up. When you see this thing, you're just like, oh, it's a mousetrap movie based off this particular popular mouse. You know, the one thing I will say that this movie did that was good. The one thing earlier I said I couldn't think of nothing, but it just came to me now. The very, very, very beginning, when this movie starts, it gets like the little words coming up the screen. Got to look kind of like Star Wars type feel to it. And he's kind of talking about some stuff. It was funny. It was good. Well done on that, you know. And after that, though, it was complete fucking, train wreck. But yeah, that little part was cool in the very beginning. Um, yeah, the ending's not going to do it. You're not going to get anything from the ending. Sitting around going, because when it ended, I was just like, is this over? Is this is And then it did. You get the credits, and I was like, hold on. So I had to like fast forward a little bit, like there's got to be something. And then it showed you a little something, and then you're still going, what the fuck? And, hey, maybe we'll see. Who knows what the future holds for the mouse. But yeah, that's it for the mouse trap. Yeah, just go watch it. My opinion is my opinion. I'm still telling you all to check it out. If you don't go, um, I'm not gonna say go out and pay for this thing. If it rents somewhere, I don't know. I just know it's on Peacock. If you have Peacock already, check it out. But be warned, it could be entertaining. There's sometimes there's shit that's just so bad that it's funny. Like, maybe watch it with a group to where you can laugh at some of the shit that's said and done. Me watching it just by myself, watching it, trying to take take a couple notes to do this show. Maybe if I'd have been watching it with somebody, maybe we could have laughed and cracked a joke or two and made it a little easier to get through. But yeah, fuck. Yeah, definitely a kill for me. I don't plan on ever, 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 ever watching this again. Um, yeah, unless if I'm our little one, she likes to scroll through movies, and if she sees a picture or something, she'll be like, "Oh, let's watch it," just based off the cover. Now we could be scrolling through, and then she may see this cover of this little mouse face and be like, "Yeah, let's watch that," and I want to watch it with her, you know. But and yes, the little one likes to watch horror. She's like 9, loves it. We recently just sat down and watched Terrifier 3. Yes, she was a fucking trooper. Sit right there next to us, Fire. She was excited. Like, guess what just came out on to get on like Amazon? I was like, Terrifier 3. And she's seen the first two, loves them. And she was just like, oh, can we watch it? I'm like, yeah, we're gonna watch it. Sit there, watch Terrifier 3 all the way through it. Didn't flinch like a fucking champ. You know, you hear little, you read them little shits about where people are like, go to the movies, go to it, and they're giving out little barf bags and shit. Motherfuckers got a little weak stomach, walking out and shit. No, little fucking 9-year-old champ sit right there. Just watch the whole thing. Hey, some people are like, yeah, you shouldn't let them watch stuff like that. Go fuck off. Who gives a fuck? You do you. I want to do me. But yeah. So if the little one tells me she wants to watch Mickey Mouse, and damn it, we're gonna watch the Mousetrap movie, and I'll sit through it with her. But that's the only fucking way that I'm gonna get back through this thing. But but yeah, that's it. The Mousetrap. Um, I appreciate you all hanging around for a few minutes listening to me bullshit about this movie. Appreciate you all who tune in every time there's a show up. Appreciate any comments people leave. If you want to give us a rating, give us a rating. You know, all I'm gonna say, if you give me a shitty one, at least give me a reason. I'm okay. I got thick skin. I like it. But yeah, I appreciate you all. Appreciate the little Fright Flick family, the few, the proud. But next week, maybe, like I said, if I get the time, or if I decide to take a week, but I'm gonna try to get one out next week right before Christmas. There is a movie, like I said earlier, that I'm thinking about watching, just to have I want to do like a little Christmas one. But yep, that's gonna be it. Hope everybody has a great weekend. And until next time, people, we all know the way this goes. I need you all to reach over. I need you to grab your drinks. I need you to gather up your shit, put your chairs away, and get the fuck out of here.
What's your favorite scary movie?
We have such sights to show you.
Ah! Monsters!
All you have left is a night to sun.
My name is Frankenstein!
Batman's got Mars!
Oh, no tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering.
See this? This is my boomstick!
I ate his liver with some father beans and an ice cream.
Christmas.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
It's alive! It's alive!
Here's Johnny. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains.
There are certain rules that one must abide by in order to successfully survive a horror.
Welcome to the debauchery.